Hello, ma'am. We started.
Oh,
Introduce yourself.
I'm Giana Montalvo, and I'm your daughter.
And I'm your daughter. I feel like one of those shows. I'm your daughter. No, she ain't. Well, welcome. Congratulations on finishing the fifth grade and going to where
Middle
you're going?
school. Middle
Middle school.
school.
Are you scared about that?
I'm like kind of, but I have some like friends from like the previous years. So like when I was in third grade, I knew the fourth graders. So they're in like seventh. They're gonna be in seventh this year when I be in sixth grade. So like at least I'll have somebody like there
That you
for
know.
me. Yeah.
Well, do you already know a lot of older kids? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, when they host like annual cheer camps at
Mm-hmm.
my school. So like when I go, I know some of the like high schoolers and middle
You know
schoolers.
high schoolers? Those are big kids. Because
Yeah.
how old are you?
I'm 11. I'm
11
turning
years old.
12 in October.
Dang. So the reason I brought you here today is we didn't have anybody else to talk to. So, I'm kidding. No, I thought it'd be really fun. It's your last day of school was yesterday. Today's the first day of summer, right? And so here you are at the office having fun. And here was kind of some of the stuff that I do. So I have 11 fascinating questions to ask your 11-year-old. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm
You ready?
ready.
You already got a preview of these, didn't you?
Just a few.
She marked them. The reason I had this is because she was marking which ones are her favorite. So, number one on the questions: what is your biggest dream?
My
So,
biggest.
let me make sure I'm asking it right. So, when it's saying that, I think it's asking like, what do you want to accomplish one day? Like, what's your biggest dream? Not like, oh, I had this dream one time where I was walking through school and I had
Yeah.
like crab legs for hands.
Yeah. My biggest dream is probably I really want to work with you when I'm older, and I want to do like I want to be in real estate, and it's not just because like our whole family is kind of in real estate. I want to do it because I want to be an interior designer,
Mm-hmm.
and I know it sounds kind of complicated, but I wanted to be that from a very young age. And why are you looking at me like that?
I've never heard you say that before. I know you like to be very organized. So
Yeah,
now you're saying you kind of want to organize a whole house.
yeah. I like decorating and
Mm-hmm.
organizing. I kind of like lose my mind whenever I'm not organized. So, and
You do have a
then
pretty clean room for an 11-year-old.
yeah,
If you can
Gino.
only teach little Gino how to do that. No, not possible to teach
No, he doesn't listen to me.
because
But
you're mean to him
no, I'm
a
not.
little bit.
No, he no, cause he's always mean to me, but you never see it, and then
Okay.
he blames it on me. But
Okay. So your biggest dream is to one day work with us. I just meant like in general. It doesn't have to be about work.
um, that's really just my biggest dream.
All right, cool. To work with us one day and be an interior designer. Cool. That's a good goal. It's a good goal. All right. Next question. What is your favorite book and why?
My favorite book is One for Sorrow by I think the last name is Han, but it's about this girl and her name I like horror books, so
Horror. Okay.
like scary books. But the reason why that's my favorite book is because it's during the influenza year and like stage, and it's this girl named Elsie and this girl named Anna, and she moves to this new school from like it's like they moved there because where they were it was getting like really bad with the flu, so they moved. And this girl Elsie, she wants to be Anna's friend, but Anna doesn't really want to because she's like a little on like she's a little rude. She's like very controlling person, and like Elsie, like she's just a very like pushing person. Like she doesn't have boundaries with her friends. It just
Mm-hmm.
does whatever she wants, and she gets some new friends like that are basically like mean girls, and they bully Elsie. And Elsie, they take her mask, and she ends up like passing away from the flu. And then they're like, it's just a really crazy story. Like they go to like funerals for like people because they used to have like black wreaths on the door whenever there was a death in the family from like flu,
Because there's so many people
because
passing
there's
away.
so many people passing away. And they would go to like doors and they wouldn't even know them. Like they would just get like food, and coincidence they went to her house
Mm-hmm.
and they saw her and they were like, oh my gosh, like we killed her. And like I know this is
Wait, they
very
saw
like
her or a ghost?
they saw her in the casket like all like
Oh.
pale. And then the Anna ends up getting tortured. Like they just like complete like she doesn't like she makes Anna go to an insane asylum. Like she's like that like she just like possesses her basically.
Pause real quick. This is your favorite book?
This is my favorite
Why
book.
is this your favorite book?
It's just a very like I don't know, like it just like it was so good. It just made me like cry. Like
Oh.
I read it in 3rd grade, but it's still my favorite book.
Wow. Okay, Wednesday Adams. Next question. I didn't expect
Sorry, that was very dark.
Next question. What's one thing you're really good at? I want you to tell me what you think you're really good at, and I'll tell you what I think you're really good at.
I think I'm very good at my handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
Cause
What's
I've
that
been
word
doing,
called when you're good at handwriting or writing?
cursive.
Penmanship.
Oh my bad.
Okay.
Cursive.
Cursive is just a style of writing. Penmanship is how you're able to
Yeah.
write.
I'm good at doing hearts. I get that compliment a lot.
All right, draw me a heart real quick. Let's see these fascinating hearts. Wait. Where do you draw hearts at that people give you compliments? Like on your paperwork?
Like on my like when I write my name, I make
Let
the
me see.
dot of that like look.
Oh, isn't that basic?
No, stop. No. Okay.
Let me see.
Look, so I do hearts
Oh.
like this, or I do, or wait, hold on.
Those are pretty good. That's pretty good.
I can't do it right now because that's.
So
not a
you
good
think
pen.
you're really good at penmanship? Mm-hmm. Okay. I think you're really good at expressing yourself. And I think so far, if anybody's listening, they're probably like, there's no way this kid's 11 years old. So think you're really good at communications. So that's one of those things that you can always keep growing. Because a lot of people, when they get older, sometimes lose that. Maybe just because they just stop talking to people or they don't want to talk to people.
Yeah.
But in different careers and different jobs, it's always good to be able to express yourself, get your point across, and that way people listen to you. So good job. Okay, next question. You're doing really good, by the way. Number 2. So, of course, it wouldn't make sense if I didn't ask you any real estate questions. What do you know about real estate? What do you think you know about real estate that most 11-year-olds don't?
I think what I know about real estate is that it's a very, very long process as, our house took a very long time.
Well, that's when you're building a house, but even when
Yeah.
you're just buying a house that's
Just buying a
already
house
built,
and
right?
going through. Yeah. You've explained to me in the past, like, a few, like, things here and there, just not, like, a full-on, like,
If you were telling, let's answer it this way. This will help explain what you know about real estate. If one of your friends was like, Giana, I just won the lottery, and me and my parents are going to buy a house, what would be the first thing we do?
the first thing you would do is...
Wait, back up.
Oh.
They didn't win the lottery. They just been saving up, and they want to buy a house.
Okay. What I think I would tell them to do is we would like let them go look at like houses that they or like ask them what they're looking for in a house or if they want to build, and then we would run I think you call it showing.
Before they go look at houses, what do they got to do?
Oh, you gotta don't you like get their number or something?
Before anybody goes and shops for a house, they have to go talk to.
The loan or you get a loan, right?
Her name starts with a C.
Claudia.
Who works at?
Home Source.
And she is a.
She's wait, hold on. I got
A lender.
A lender.
You got to go talk to the bank first before you go shop for a house, because if you just start shopping, you don't know what your budget is, you don't know if you can afford the house, what your payments are, what your monthly payments are, what you got to bring to the table, what your down payment, your closing costs. Remember all that stuff? And then you start shopping for houses.
And then you start, yeah.
Don't be showing houses unless they're pre-approved, okay?
Yeah.
Always get a pre-approval letter
Yes,
before you show
get it
houses.
pre-approved.
Okay. What do you think makes a good home? What does home mean to you?
Home is a place where you are comfortable with if you live alone or if you have family with you. You're just like overall very you're just welcomed, and you can have like your other family. Yeah, like your heart.
Home is.
Home is heart. A heart.
Home is where the heart is.
Home is where the heart is. My
Haven't
bad.
you ever seen that at Kirkland's?
No.
Do you know what Kirkland's is?
Mom doesn't take me to Kirkland's anymore because I told her it smells kind of gross,
I think that's the potpourri.
and I got lost in the restroom.
All right, cool. Next question. What is one thing you want to learn more about? Doesn't have to be real estate. It can be anything you want.
I want to learn more about Texas history.
Really?
I'm a very social studies person. I get mad when I have a low grade in social studies.
What about Texas history do you find interesting?
I I like proving my answers, and I like going back because we get every like 6 weeks we get these newspapers, and it's like week 28, week 29, and it just talks about like the Cold War, the Vietnam War, like just a bunch of like small battles, and then now we're getting into the more recent stuff, like talking about like 9/11 and like current events. But like when I was in fourth grade, we talked about like the cattle drive and like a bunch of other like as you get older, you go more into more recent events. And
Do you happen to know any Corpus Christi, Texas history?
I know Selena.
Okay. That is part of our Corpus Christi history. Anything else? Anything a little further back? It's okay if you don't.
I don't think so.
Okay. So we're going to brush up on Corpus Christi, Texas history. Got it. All right. Next question. What is one thing you would like to change about the world? So far, that from what you've seen.
What I would like to, people are just very, how do I put this? People have, like, people can have opinions, but I just think that people are very, like, people are haters, okay? Haters are gonna hate, but you have to understand that, like, it doesn't matter. And some people just are rude. So, yeah.
So you feel
I
like
would like
people are opinionated and everyone should just mind their business and just do what?
Like, basically worry about yourself.
Yeah. I think if more people did that,
know if
maybe a little
that's- I don't know
easier.
if that's
But I think
true.
also people should try to help others.
Yes,
So I've seen
yeah.
sometimes people, when they're opinionated or they're, quote, haters, it's because they don't know how to express themselves and what they're actually
And
feeling.
yes, yeah.
Sometimes what it is. Good. What is your biggest fear?
Okay, I have a story.
Okay.
So it was, I think it was Tuesday.
Like this past Tuesday? Like a
It was
couple days
past
ago?
Tuesday.
Okay.
And I have never been scared of anything. Like like maybe like ghost or like just whatever. I believe in ghosts, but I am scared of spiders now because I was sitting on the floor minding my own business, just like studying for like some like states and capitals test. And then I see this, and the fan was on, just keep in mind. And I see this like little thing just like walk past me. And I thought it was like lint with like the wind pressure or whatever. So I'm just not looking, and then it just stops. And I'm like, and then I look at it, and it has 8 legs. And it's just staring at me. So like I just jump on the couch and like scream. And then I call mom, and I was like, Mom, there's a spider in here. Like, I need you to come kill it. She's like, just kill it yourself with like a shoe or something. And I'm like, you don't understand. It's like the size of my palm. So she like comes upstairs and she goes to my room, and I'm like, no, you're not using any of my shoes. So then she walks across the hallway to Gino's room, and she gets one of his shoes and kills it. So I now have a terrible like fear
So your
of
biggest fear
spiders.
is spiders.
Now it
That's
is,
it?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Biggest fears nowadays. We'll see if it changes. We have to keep
Yeah.
asking these year to year. Next
Yeah.
question. What is one thing you would like to accomplish in your lifetime?
One thing I would like to accomplish in my lifetime is probably to help others. I'm very like people person. I like putting people first, and like I know that's probably like a good thing, but you should also focus on yourself. But I like helping others rather than like I put other people first before myself, which
Why do you feel that?
I feel like if someone's feeling a way, I kind of ignore my feelings, and like I make sure they're okay before myself, like which is a good thing. But sometimes I just need to like focus on myself. But
Well, I think it's nice that if you're able to help somebody and it's not taking a lot from you or it's easy for you to do that, there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, that's what I think too.
So when I ask the questions, what is something you want to accomplish in your lifetime? It's just to help people?
Yeah, probably help people, but also myself.
Well, that's a very non-selfish thing. Good job. What is one thing? And these are the last 2 questions. You ready? This is 11 questions to ask your 11-year-old with Giana Montalvo.
That was already like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we're almost done. Then we got to go show houses.
Okay.
Then we got to go some fried rice. What is one thing you would tell your future self?
One thing I would tell my future self
So think about
is
before you answer this question. You're 11 years old. So you might hear this when you're 12 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old. Let's pretend you're in your 20s. What do you want to tell yourself?
to focus on your grades.
You
To
might be out of school
not.
by then, though.
Oh,
But maybe
well,
college. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry. I'll
yeah.
shut up.
No, 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 no. Maybe worry about your grades, okay? To not worry about drama and everything is gonna be okay. And um, let's see, um, everything doesn't revolve around boys. And um, um,
I really hope your 20-year-old self realizes
yeah.
that. I hope your 12-year-old self and your 11-year-old self realizes that now.
And yeah, just don't um, and hang out with your friends, okay? Have fun, but don't be a nerd.
Don't be a nerd. What does a nerd mean?
Like, don't just stay at home and like study for tests. Like, hang out with your friends. But
Live life.
yeah, YOLO.
YOLO.
Hey, don't copy me.
All right. Last question. What is one thing you would like to tell your past self?
My past self is that don't rush growing up, okay? I know, like, y'all would always tell me that, and I never listened because, like, they don't know what I'm talking about. I was like, no, they don't know what you're talking about. But really, you need to, like, slow down. You're a kid. And, like, now that I look back, I would like to go back to first grade, wherever we would learn a new letter of the alphabet, and we would make these little crowns that would have, like, like the letter
Crowns?
L. We would make crowns, and you would color them.
Like you put on your head?
Like paper, and they'd be like, "Oh, you learned the letter L," and then it would have like
Like a lion.
just like lion and leopard, like all those kinds.
So you would tell your past self,
slow down.
slow it down. Huh. That's really probably good advice to take now, too.
Yeah. Like when I was younger, I would see older girls and be like, oh, I want to be like them when I'm older. But now that I like I look down, like Gabby, I have her as my sister. I'm like, hey, like don't be in a rush to grow up, okay? You don't want to be in fifth grade yet. It's not what you thought it was gonna be.
Before you leave and before we take off, is there anything or any questions you would like to ask me while we're doing this? We can talk about anything you want. Anything you've ever wondered or just in general you want to ask?
Anything I've ever wondered. I think, what was your favorite moment with me? Like, just, like, any,
Like ever?
ever.
I think we're still creating those moments. I think that when you're born, of course, when you start talking, when you start walking, just little milestones you've had in your life. The other day was really fun when you did your fifth grade graduation. There's going to be tons of moments. Every single little moment's exciting. So I don't have a favorite moment yet. They just keep stacking up.
Yeah. I like moments when it's just you and
I like
me.
checks.
And Gino isn't there.
What's your favorite memory that we've done? What's something that me and you have done together that you enjoyed?
I like when, like you take me, like just like dad and daughter dates, like whenever I had the daddy daughter dance, and then we went and just had fun. Like after that, I thought that was really cool.
Okay. Anything else you want to ask me? No? You're good to go? It's all good. Well, Gianna, I appreciate you being here today. I would love if we could make this a yearly thing. Maybe like the last day of school, we can come in. Maybe I'll ask you some of the same questions and see how much they change, see how much you change. If there's ever anything you want to ask me, you can ask me here, ask me anywhere else. Thank you for coming in today, even
Thank
though
you
I
for
brought you.
having me.
I know you had to. If you could, take one of these Sharpies. This is Gino's table. We believe everybody brings something to the table. Even though they might be
sweet.
young and 11 years old, I feel like you bring a lot, and I appreciate you. So sign anywhere you like, and let's go sell some houses.
Okay.